it. So I was going to show. I actually got approval from Katie on this one. She likes this, so I've been playing with this wooden box thing again because I didn't like how it looked.
Okay.
And this is gel
I
pen,
I can see it. Yeah.
and I was able when it was wet, I was able to smear it much like the highlights on the wood, except I
Okay.
smeared the silver on it. And she
Yeah.
said, I like that. She actually likes this one. And she's my artist, so I trust her on this one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna claim victory.
All
I
right.
turned the firewood into victory.
Yeah.
And then
Yahoo.
and then I did a prototype. I don't think I showed you guys. I want to do a workshop on. I've got people asking for a workshop on this. Another one of the boxes,
Okay. Right.
and I did it upside down, of course, but
Okay.
I did just like a Christmas. So if I was planning to do it this weekend, of course, now I'm sick. So now we'll see if I can get it out next weekend,
Yeah.
get a group together because I wanted to do Christmas boxes for when you give like gift certificates or something.
Yeah. That's a
Then they
great
have
idea.
something, then they have something they actually can keep too. They're chintzy little boxes, but I've been doing testing the limits of these and discovered terrible for relief carving, terrible, horrible. Can't, I mean, I did it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was not fun. It definitely was not fun. Um, so giving up on that. It does okay with the dye. I mean, I can get the same effect with the um, but
Yeah.
uh, and I haven't. And this is with paint. Paint did all right.
It looks good. That's really nice.
You like this one?
Is that wood
Yeah.
burn then and then
It's
painted?
wood burned and painted with acrylics.
That's a great job.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
But I left. I'm debating on whether I think I might try to make it like a black box or a white box instead of
Okay.
just wood.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Maybe white.
Okay.
Yeah, white would
Yeah. That'd be good. Yeah.
accentuate that.
I'd do that white. Yeah.
Because I've already taken a picture of it, so I know the different things. I'm just testing everything right now to see what looks good, what works with this wood. I had the biggest urge, years ago I gave up on wipe on poly because I found the spray and I said so much, usually like I was married to a painter for years and he said that spraying paint is always a nicer finish than using a brush. And so my theory was it'd be a nicer finish if I used the spray instead of the wipe on poly. But then recently I found a piece of jewelry I had done and that was back when I used wipe on poly and the finish was a lot nicer. Um,
Okay.
so now I'm thinking about going back to wipe on poly, even though it takes so long drying in between. It's 8 hours in between. But those pieces are really nice. I don't know. There's something about the finish that makes them look more
Yeah.
polished.
That's
So,
cool.
so that's the extent of my thinking on wood carving in the last 2 weeks. How about you, Fred?
Uh, well, while we've been talking, I've been working on my
How cute are
little
those?
penguins.
I love those.
Yeah. Those are awesome.
I kind of cheated and I showed them to the granddaughters and I asked them what color the hat should be. So
Oh,
one picked
Okay.
pink
good.
and one picked teal. So
All right.
that's that.
Ah,
And then
darling.
I'm working on my eagles also.
Nice. Yeah.
And I already confessed to Fred that I had bought the wood fill, the putty to put in the eyes. And I think during Thanksgiving, I put it somewhere and I can't find it now. So I haven't done anything with my poor bird. And I don't know that I'll be able to do anything in this session. But what about
Oh,
you, Barry? I know you've had like a bunch of things going on with your daughter being in the hospital and
yeah.
remediation, but
Well, this isn't my main project, but it's one of my little pocket carvings, and
I
I'm
love
not
it.
not done. I had to set them aside because I'm doing two relief carvings.
Two.
Yeah, this one,
Oh, that's gorgeous.
um, this is going to be a present for one of Ev's sister and her husband.
Love it.
And
Love
I've got a
it.
lot more work to do around all the
And
way
you've got a lot
around.
of
But
practice with sunsets
yep,
because you did that with the wolf, and I can just see a sunset behind that. That's gonna
yeah.
be great.
And then this is the other one I'm working on.
So where'd you get the patterns, or did you just
Both
use a reference and
both of these came out of Wood Carving Illustrated. The
okay,
the sailboat, I think, was the summer issue this year.
okay.
And this was just a picture that was in it. It wasn't a pattern. It wasn't um,
That's how I roll. I get those
a
pictures
plan.
and draw
Yeah.
it.
So I just used the picture. I have a lot of work to do on this, and cleaning it up a lot. So,
It's cool.
but this is for Evie's other sister and her husband. So,
And you got a live edge wood from
yeah,
Michael's? Is that where you
right.
got it? Yeah.
No, this one was actually
One piece.
one solid board, and I cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and I got it down in Missouri when we were there last year.
It looks nice. Looks nice.
It's butternut.
Ah, I love
Oh,
butternut. Did you use the 50/50 on that to keep the live
I
edge?
I did indeed.
Good,
Yes,
good, good,
that's the
good,
very
good.
first thing I did. Yep,
Good for you.
and it
Good for
worked.
you.
It's holding very well.
Yeah, I noticed it's not flaking at all. Looks great.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So I'm kind of under the gun
You,
because,
you got to get them done before Christmas.
well, I got to get them done before Sunday.
Ah, you're
oh,
joking.
I'm not joking.
You're doing
So
Christmas Sunday?
yeah, because one of her sisters is going to Florida for a month or two, and they're leaving right after Sunday. So
You better get busy. Stop talking and start working, dude.
yeah, well, I've been working a lot the last few days and several days, and I'm optimistic. I think I can do it.
Wow.
So
well,
my
being
biggest,
butternut, are you just going to put a clear coat on it then
I,
for
I,
to
I
have the
yeah, right,
grain come through?
right.
But
I am. Yep.
but I
Yeah,
I
that'll
saw
be nice.
paint on the sailboat. I saw
Nope.
you're not gonna paint it.
Well, I thought about it, but then I'm going to do the same thing because um, I just want it to shine.
Okay.
And so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and just and let the wood grain show on this also.
Okay.
So I hope it will work out all right that way. So
It looks nice. I mean, no doubt
thanks.
about it. I just, you know, I'm used to your painting technique.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
well, um, I have I think I will try the white background painting this white. One of the things I found was even the belt, I did a lot of prep work, and I'm glad I did because there's something about this chintzy wood or plywood or whatever it is. They just say wood. They don't say
Okay.
what it is. And my
Right.
dad would call this found wood. Anything you
Right.
didn't know what it was found wood, even if it was. But I can tell you from trying to relieve it that it's some kind of plywood.
Okay.
They have fabricated this wood. This is not real wood. They have somehow manipulated it. I shouldn't
Right.
say it's not real wood. It's just it's been manipulated in some way that is not natural.
Right. Right.
uh, because the wood did not behave properly when you try to relieve it. But it did a lot better. This one I learned I did a lot of sanding.
Okay.
I learned that, and even with that, these looks like wood grain are actually
Yeah.
like ridges. And even
Okay.
with that, I found the wood burning to be a little challenging. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
require a lot of prep work. But now it's been prepped. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it down and try to paint it white and see if it doesn't pop even more.
Okay. Awesome.
So that's what I'll
I don't
do.
know. It's hard to tell from here, but it just hit me that it might make a nice recipe box or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So I could write the word recipes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not a bad idea. And I
And
bought
that would
s'more.
fill some of that space too.
When you buy these in bulk, they're only $3 a piece.
Great.
So I bought a bunch thinking, well, I might give these as gifts myself and worry about the class later. Just go
Okay.
ahead. That means I got a lot of work to do, right? So excuse me a moment. I'm gonna go get the paint and I need to spray this bad boy down. Get me a coat.
How's your football player coming along, Barry? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Or
I
is he
did.
stopped while you're working on those
Yeah, I
things?
did stop while I'm working on this. Yeah. And originally I thought he was going to be a gift for one of her sisters and her husband, but I decided to do similar things instead. So, and
Yeah.
but he's coming along. I've got some work to do on the face and and then sanding and then painting. So, where'd you get the idea to do the penguins?
Um, their elementary school mascot is a penguin, I guess. So
Oh,
that's what gave me that idea.
okay.
And I happened to see uh, pretty easy carving in one of my beginner carving books. So
Yeah,
figured I'd give it a try anyway.
yeah. It's funny because yesterday while I was carving, I had a video on Doug Linker is a Canadian carver, and he does just these 20-minute videos or whatever. And yesterday, the one he was doing was a penguin.
Oh,
So it was interesting that you did the penguins.
I think I went carving last night with friends that we always get together every week, and on the International Wood Carvers uh, YouTube website or channel or whatever.
Yeah,
Blake Lunsford just put in a video on like Santa Claus is just a face profile,
okay.
and one of the guys that carves with us has been really impressed with, he's very thorough and makes a cut and then shows it to you and all that
Okay. That's cool.
and different ways, and he was impressed with he makes the beard appear a lot deeper,
Okay.
to give real texture to his beard and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd figure I'd pass that along for what it's worth, I guess.
What's his name again?
Blake Lunsford.
Blake Lunsford. Okay. I think I'll look that up.
And then I guess another good guy is Van Kelly out of Missouri.
Yeah, I found him just the other day. I haven't watched many of his videos, but I did find him and put him on my list.
He makes some good videos, I guess.
Yeah, he does.
And that friend that's doing the Blake Lunsford, he likes him also. Not that
Okay.
that means anything, but
Okay, so I found a bunch of my dad's paints. He had a lot of titanium, of course, but he had this one called warm white. So I think I'm going to use the warm white
Okay.
and see
That
what that means.
I bet that'll look good.
I don't know. It's looking kind of, maybe I didn't take the top part. It looks kind of chunky. I've never seen acrylic paint chunky, grainy almost. Hmm.
your son getting the chance to play with his new tuba, or you don't know?
Oh, every day he was over here with it for a while. And
Cool.
oh yeah, he's trying to get his lips back, he said there.
Yeah.
His muscles tone.
Yeah.
He's thrilled. He's thrilled. Um, and next step will be he'll be wanting to play in a band, which I don't know how I'll find time for that because he works 2 jobs, works 6 days a week. But I suppose he still has one day off. Ah, ah, sorry. Mm,
So well, I don't know if you feel good enough. At least you're in the house. You can just carve and paint or do whatever
um,
you want that way and get some stuff done if that's what
yeah.
you want and like to do.
I took some medicine to be able to do this because I got to tell you, this morning I was not hitting on much at all.
Yeah.
They've changed the policies. So during the worst of COVID, most businesses had a deal where if you had COVID, they'd pay you basically to stay home. So you
Okay.
didn't have the normal repercussions of being out too long and all of that because it was so doggone contagious. Um,
Yeah.
and then when I hired it at Home Depot, about a few months after I hired in, which was just not but 2 years ago now, um, they changed it to you had to stay out for 5 days, I think. You had to stay out for 5 days, and they no longer would pay you to do that.
Oh,
You had to use your PTO time, which
okay.
made us all really nervous because, of course, then you had to save up all your time. And what if it happened at the beginning of the year because they reset it
Right.
every year? And then you're in the hole. And now they're telling me I can come back a day after my fever stops. So,
Okay.
but I was still like, I think it's foolish. It's still COVID. They're just, I don't know. Now they treat it basically like the flu, I guess,
Yeah.
um, which is going to encourage a lot of people to just stay at work when they're sick, you know, which I did. I stayed, I knew I was sick on Monday and
Okay.
I masked up. I just, and I went into work Wednesday knowing I feel like crap. And I used both masks and gloves that day. And I only stayed doing one specific task that because we're so short staffed right now. Um, and then I said, I'm leaving. And I did. And then I came home and took the test and I had COVID.
Hmm.
So let's see how much time do we have left. Something just came up here while I was babbling. Um, Ziggy, set timer.
Good afternoon, Michelle. Timer for how long?
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
And turn my
Starting
light
now.
on so I don't make mistakes.
It's kind of neat coming home last night from, well, north of here. The guy lives on a dirt road quite a ways, and it was pitch black out, and I saw something in the road, and it was the first owl I've seen.
Oh,
It was in the middle of the road. Uh, I don't know if it caught whatever it was eating there, or if it was just eating roadkill or whatever. But I think it was a great horned owl. You could see the ears or whatever. So, but it
yeah, I
was
thought
Okay. Well, that's neat.
that is neat.
seen them in zoos and different things, but
Never
Yeah.
in the
really,
never in the wild before.
no.
That is cool.
There was a pair of nesting ones near here, and you could see them right off a main road, and people were really flocking out there a couple years ago and
Hmm.
parking along the side of the road and using binoculars or zoom cameras or whatever, I guess, just to watch them for a while.
No, um, I did learn this when I was a kid, and I guess I'm still sticking with it. To do an outline first, the
Yeah.
outline, and then I'll go back and use the broad brush more safely.
It's a good idea.
You're going to paint the whole top white or just around the flowered area?
The whole top. I just want to see what it'll look like. I'm experimenting right now.
Should you wait and, oh, I was going to say, should you wait and do your wood burning recipe thing first or no?
I don't think I'll do a recipe on this one because this is my practice.
Yeah.
But I like that idea a lot. So I probably will do what says recipe on it. I thought of one my years ago, my stepmother was collecting those precious moments. Do you guys remember those guys? The
Yeah,
precious
I do.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She used to collect them. And everyone every year at every occasion would buy her a new one or the latest one that came out. And then finally she said, all right, I'm no longer collecting these because she even had a cabinet display. I mean, it was getting crazy because there were a lot of people buying them for her. I think I even bought one for her one year. Um, but I thought to do a box for her with precious moments on it because I know she got rid of that collection. But if I was going to give her a box, then it would be more useful than just Nicky Knack, right?
I don't know. My wife's she bought a box like that at a craft show with something on it. I don't remember. I don't really know what it was, but, and it was a recipe box. That's why
That's where it came from.
the idea came
It's a
from.
great idea. My Boy Scouts thing came out really well. The parents were super involved. Otherwise, it would have been a disaster.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
because, we were handling gouges. And, but it sounds like the boys were really proud of what they did. And um, the parents were thrilled. I gave them good
Nice.
value. They got good value for
Nice.
their money. They learned a lot in one session. So it was rewarding.
Well, that's good to hear.
Mostly it was the fathers. I was pretty impressed. Fathers showed up with their kids. And,
All right.
as you know, at the libraries, it's usually the moms.
Yeah.
But for Boy Scouts, it was the hats. I was pretty impressed. So here's this there. Use this brush. It's I have the control. Ziggy, stop.
I
Sorry,
guess I
guys.
went wild with penguins. I did a larger one too.
I
So
love your penguins. And where did you get that pattern,
Cool.
or did you get the already cut out? Is that how that was?
no, it was in one of my beginning wood carving books,
So you carved
carving
it
for
from a
beginners.
block. Okay, cool. I really like that.
So I guess I'll give them one of each and see what they think.
Nice.
All right, guys, we got to call this session or we're going to get cut off. And as always, I will meet you back here in 15 minutes, which should be, well, let's meet right at the top of the hour, okay?
Okay, sounds
All
good.
right. Sounds
All
good.
right, see you in a few.
See ya.